What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mike Dolce Show. Today, as promised, Nate Diaz's next fight is announced. Have you guys heard? I'm going to play it for you right here, right now, and then give some commentary. This is a quick video. You tuned in at just the right time. Are you ready? Do you want to hear Nate Diaz's next fight? $20 million offer? Who has the money to offer Nate Diaz 8 figures for a one-fight deal? Don't say it's crazy. It's not the UFC. It's not the UFC. Well, let's play this right now.
I'm going to ask you flat out. Everyone's talking about this. Is Nate Diaz coming to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship? Is he or not?
I can't tell you whether he's coming or not, but I can tell you that we want him here at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, and we're going to do everything that we can do to get him here at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
So you just said that no one gets an easy layup, this or that. So if let's say he says yes, who does he fight?
Look at this guy. Look at you, investigative journalist.
I think that the fans would absolutely love to see both the same type of personalities, both just guys that keep fighting. Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry would be a fan's dream fight. I think the fans would love to see.
All right, I'm going to pause it right there, and let me give some supportive information here. Let me give some supportive information. You want to see, is it this? So recently, Dave Feldman, the president of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, offered Mike Tyson $20 million on a one-fight deal. That's a real thing. $20 million he offered. Not this garbage. Could it be this garbage? Let's see right here. $2021. Well, this story was first reported by Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. And let's cut through the crap here, right? I want to get you guys out of here. No clickbait so you understand. So Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship in conjunction with Thriller. Now, if you guys know who Thriller is one of the promotions involved in promoting the biggest fights on the planet. Thriller has massive pockets. Thriller, in conjunction with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, has the money to get Nate Diaz on board. And from what I'm hearing, they're talking about giving Nate Diaz a 8-figure deal, which is over $10 million. They offered Mike Tyson $20 million. Nate Diaz might have the star power to secure a $20 million+ guarantee on a one-fight deal. Now, here's where Dave Feldman goes wrong. He says Mike Perry. Now, no disrespect to Mike Perry, but Nate Diaz does not want to fight Mike Perry. Nate Diaz wants to fight the legends. He said he wants to fight the legends. Mike Perry is not a legend. Mike Perry is a scrapper. Mike Perry is exciting. Mike Perry is not a legend. Nate Diaz wants to fight Anderson Silva. Nate Diaz wants to make a spectacle fight against Jake Paul. I could see Nate Diaz fighting Andrew Tate. Nate Diaz will not fight Mike Perry. They will find another better name for Nate Diaz, right? Nate Diaz could fight Roy Jones Jr. Nate Diaz could fight Mike Tyson in some weirdo, bizarro world. But Nate Diaz is not going to fight Mike Perry. This is where Feldman has gone wrong. And I think Feldman did that knowing that if he loses the Nate Diaz deal, he's going to associate Perry's name with Nate Diaz, thereby building Perry's star power just a little bit. And as you know, Perry's coming off a recent bare knuckle win against Michael Venom Page. Michael Page is a star over in Bellator. Bellator loaned Page to bare knuckle, which is the showing that they will co-promote UFC and Bellator could never get it done on this, where Bellator had Fedor for a minute. They couldn't get it done, but Bellator did. Page lost, Perry won, raised Perry stock, raised bare knuckle stock just a little bit. So Dave Feldman has the cash to get Nate Diaz to come in, but he does not have the roster. This is the problem, Dave Feldman. You don't have the roster. Nate Diaz doesn't want to fight Mike Perry. Nate Diaz wants a legacy fight. He wants a bigger name for all that sweet, sweet cash. And this was, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is on the Bare Knuckle podcast, or the Bare Knuckle Show is what they call this. Let me show you again briefly the Bare Knuckle Show. So the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship has their own podcast now. It's got very low views, very low subscribers. I'm assuming it's relatively new to the game. You know, it's a year or so. They only have a couple videos here. Hopefully they start to build it out. It could be interesting. And I just figured I would bring that up for you guys to see. So what do you think? Does Nate Diaz come out and fight in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship? Does he fight Mike Perry? Am I wrong thinking Diaz only wants legacy fights regardless of the cash? Will Nate Diaz get that Mike Tyson $20 million offer? I think so. Now, Nate Diaz is also starting his own promotion. So anything Nate Diaz does moving forward, similar to Floyd Mayweather, similar to Conor McGregor outside the UFC, it will be a co-promotion between Real Fight, Nate Diaz's company, and whatever the promotion might be. And that might be MVP, which is Jake Paul's promotion company. It could be Bare Knuckle. It could be DAZN. It could be Thriller. It will never be the UFC. It could be Bellator. I could see Scott Coker offering Nate Diaz the ability to co-promote, bringing Nate Diaz on for a possible one-fight deal against one of their champions. That could definitely happen also, by the way. But right now, Dave Feldman is the one putting his name out there, putting his cash on the line. And from what I've heard, it's a guaranteed 8-figure offer for Nate Diaz. Lastly, if you're a promoter, are you going to pay Nate Diaz 8 figures, $10 million plus for a one-fight deal? I like Nate. I'm a fan of Nate. I want to see Nate make as much money as possible. That's a lot of money. You gotta make a lot of money in order for them to pay Nate $10 million. They have to make $30 million. Can they make $30 million when everything is said and done? All the marketing, all the ops people, all the behind the scenes people, all the production people, all the licenses, all the athletes, all the flights, all the hotels, all the lighting, all the rings, all the stuff. And then a little bit of profit left over at the end for the owners and the shareholders. That's a big nut. Now, you got other athletes that will happily fight for a couple $100,000, and that's the biggest payday they've had in their entire life, which are probably equally exciting. They don't quite have the same name recognition as a Nate Diaz, but they're very exciting. So what do you guys think? You heard it here from David Feldman. He wants Nate Diaz. He wants him bad. He was going to offer a big money deal to him in conjunction with Thriller, but he said Mike Perry. And I think that's where Nate Diaz is not interested anymore. But one fight, get that bag and move on. What do you guys think? I want to hear about it. Leave those comments below. And until next time.